Hey guys, TKC here, the Kaijudo channel, and holy corrupted creatures, Batman. So many cards have been spoiled today. So I highly suggest you go check out the Kaijudo.com homepage and watch the intro of the corrupted madness that is going on right now. You can check on the Kaijudo page, on Facebook, on Twitter. All this minion corrupted stuff is all over the place and it's making waves online. And speaking of making waves, I guess we should start off with the very first corrupted creature they showed off in the article, and that is Aqua Trickster. It is just a level 2 1000 power creature that is corrupted and is an Aquan, so it basically just replaces Aqua Soldier completely, and you can freely use this and then use corrupted cards with it. There's nothing much to say here, so let's move on to the next card, Fallen Keeper. Another corrupted creature. It's very simple, a level 3, 1000 power, light water, corrupted creature, and it has a Storm Patrol race as well, and it has infusion beams at the end of each of your turns. Untap all of your corrupted creatures, which is pretty neat. It protects all of your corrupted creatures, and considering corrupted creatures seem to be very aggressive in nature, you probably will be attacking a lot with them, and so having this card out to untap all of them and protect them is pretty neato. Next, we have a Water Nature corrupted creature that's also level 2, just like Aqua Trickster, and that one is Bronze Arm Renegade. This one is a Water Nature Beastkin corrupted creature, and it has mana extraction. Each time one of your corrupted creatures would be banished, you put into your mana zone instead, which is pretty awesome. Already, just with like these 3 cards and the other corrupted creatures we saw in like the Dual Day promos and stuff like that, there are a lot of crazy combinations you can do with corrupted creatures, and you know, giving abilities to all your corrupted creatures is just, there's so much customization going on and so much protection, so much benefits that it's going to be a really crazy deck, and it's probably going to really shake up the meta. But I'm not finished yet because I haven't showed like the head honcho of the corrupted creatures pretty much, and that is Squillis Scourge. So just like the original Squillis Scourge, it's also a Leviathan / Chimera. It is Water Darkness, and it is an evolution creature, which is pretty insane. Now, not only that, you're evolving on not only corrupted creatures, but you can also evolve on Chimeras or Leviathans. Now, I highly doubt you will evolve on Leviathans, seeing as they're usually like level 5 or higher, so you'll probably be evolving on corrupted creatures or Chimeras, since they are very cheap in nature. You know, there's a level 1 Gigabolver you could easily evolve on top of, and bam, it's like a level 6 total mana cost just to get this out. Or you could evolve it on your level 2 cheap corrupted creatures, or, you know, even like Freakish Test Subject, it's a Chimera. And what does Vicious Squillis Scourge do? Well, I just said Freakish earlier, and this card basically turns all of your corrupted creatures into Freakish Test Subjects, which is absolutely nuts. Not only that, this thing has 9000 power and Double Breaker, so Corrupted Tempo is something I'm really expecting thanks to this card. I mean, with all the cheap corrupted creatures we've been seeing, and, you know, combine that with the cheap Chimeras you could also kind of throw in there, I'm expecting something pretty nuts with this whole archetype. And like, this Vicious Squillis Scourge simply laughs at Haven or just blockers in general, because all your corrupted creatures can't be blocked, and they have Slayer anyway, so their blockers can't even revenge kill without getting themselves killed. So I don't know what to say. 9000 Double Breaker, Evolution, Corrupted Creature, Squillis, Tentacles, madness. So those 4 cards were previewed on the website, but in addition to that, there's also the intro I was talking about on Kaijudo.com, where there's a neat little clip of the Choten talking about his evil plans, and in there they kind of snuck in some little hints about another corrupted creature that's going to be in this set, and that's going to be a Seneschal corrupted creature. And I think just with the video alone we were able to decipher the whole card down to the level, power, and effect. So the name of the card is Seneschal Choten's Lieutenant. So we have a new Seneschal card, which is really, really cool. So this Seneschal is a level 4 Cyberlord corrupted creature. It has 3000 power, and it has a couple of really cool abilities. The first ability is Second in Command. Whenever one of your corrupted creatures attacks, you may draw a card. So this is another Finbar-like card, which is really, really cool. And then there's also Cloaking Field. Each of your corrupted creatures can't be the target of your opponent's spells that are level 4 or less. So we already see these light water dark tempo decks doing really well, and all these cards I'm talking about now are just further enforcing that kind of archetype, but with corrupted creatures instead. You know, in the tempo decks they have Keeper Laws that can't be targeted, and King Neptus as well. Then they have some other cool tempo cards like Aqua Seneschal, maybe, if you want, or Lost Patrol, or, you know, Finbar to just draw cards and stuff like that. This Seneschal is basically a Finbar and a Keeper of Laws in one. Almost. It's kind of like a handicap version of it because you can still get targeted by spells that are level 5 or higher, but still you can't get targeted by like cards like Bone Blades or Piercing Judgment, which is really, really crucial. Ooh, corrupted creatures are just going to be absolutely nuts. But it doesn't end there. There is another corrupted creature that got previewed, and this one got kind of previewed on Facebook randomly in parts or something like that, but it finally fully got previewed. And excuse my pronunciation on this one, but let's see if I can get this. It's General Charzon, or Charzone, I don't know, but the art is super, super awesome. This big, huge general armored dragon thing is probably the biggest corrupted creature, at least the one we've seen so far. It's a level 6 evolution on a corrupted creature or an armored dragon, and it has 5,000 power. Its ability is Corrupted Commander. All of your corrupted creatures have powerful attack plus 5,000 and double breaker. If you thought Squillis and Seneschal were absolutely nuts, well, you can go ahead and just top things off with General Charzon over here, and everything's double breaker and drawing you cards and is unblockable and is Slayer, but you know, that's like, you know, a very, very rare situation that you have all these cards out at the same time, but if you do, that would be absolutely insane and you would probably win the game right there. Okay, that's enough of the corrupted creatures. I know they're super, super awesome and I'm very excited to play them, but we gotta talk about the two other cards that were previewed that are not corrupted creatures, but are still very awesome as well. Let's start with this normal darkness creature that is a very rare, that was previewed by Scott Rivers on the Facebook group, the Kaijudo Dojo fan group, and that card is Vile Malvictus. It is a level 8 Shadow Champion with 6,000 power and the ability Call the Weak. When this creature enters the battle zone, each enemy creature gets minus 3,000 power until the end of the turn. So, if you thought Suffocate and Toxic Fog wasn't enough, well, here you go. Vile Malvictus is a bigger Suffocate on a creature. Now, it kind of sucks that this card is getting, like, outclassed by other cards in a way. Like, I mean, like, once you get to the level 9 area, the cards just all of a sudden jump to a way better caliber than the level 8s or lower are. I could see how this card could be really, really awesome and, you know, be very underrated, but I think it will just not be played as much as the awesome level 9 stuff that we have, and the Monarchs, and, you know, stuff like that. The 3,000 is really cool. I mean, it could put a dent in rush decks, especially if you bottle into it in Shield Blast. But then again, you could just bottle into like Haven or Andromeda and you would be just as good, if not better, than playing this card. So I kind of see this card a lot like Scaradorable the Hunter, in that it looks like a card that would counter, you know, really fast strategies, but it's kind of a trap because it's too slow, or it just won't do what you want it to do. And that's kind of how I feel about this card, is that it's a really awesome card in general, but I just don't see it being played, sadly. But still, a new Shadow Champion, a really cool effect on a Shadow Champion, that is very cool. Now, lastly, this super rare was previewed by none other than Rob Gruber from the Good Times Games shop, and he also posted this on the Kaijudo Dojo, so I don't know what was going on, but they planned some really crazy Duel Masters versus Corrupted Creature thing, and it was really awesome. It was just really awesome to witness all this craziness going on in the group. So Rob previewed this really cool light fire creature, Major Ow. Ow, yes, Ow. Very interesting name, but very interesting card as well. It is a Skyforce Champion Dracon, level 5, 4,500 power with blocker, which is pretty cool. You know, Fire Light, I believe only got one blocker, and it, you know, is kind of subpar, but this one is quite a lot better. So, what does this do? It has blocker, it has fast attack, so that's pretty cool, a fast attacker that can block. And then also it has Into the Fray. Whenever this creature wins a battle for the first time each turn, untap it. So this card is very versatile. You could do so many different things with this. I mean, you could go in and break a shield if you want. You can go in and get rid of a tapped creature and then untap it because you won with it. And then since it's untapped, you're ready to block with it on your opponent's turn. And if you do block with that and it lives, you get to untap it on their turn as well. So it's not just on your turn that it untaps, it also untaps on their turn when you block or win a battle. So really, really cool. You know, first instinct would be like, oh, it's a cheap Drakon with fast attack. Oh, it's gonna go in a rush deck, like a light fire rush deck. But sadly, you know, level 5, you want to do more than just poke at one shield. I see this more into like a mid-range strategy or something like that. It's also a Skyforce champion too, so you can do some really cool shenanigans with the Skyforce evolutions. So yeah, Major Owl. Very, very interesting card and a very cool super rare that's going to be in Invasion Earth. Coming out November 8th, which is actually really soon. It's actually like 3 weeks and a couple days from now. Now, I really wasn't expecting the set to kind of just explode like this today, so unfortunately, I don't really have time in this video to talk about all the cool decks that did well at the KMCs in the second week. But I will say this, Haven Control is still as strong as ever. Greed Dragons is kind of on the decline. I think people are kind of figuring out that the deck kind of loses to discard or like rush strategies, and Greed is just not doing as well as it used to, but it's still kind of getting top 8s here and there. And the tempo decks are, you know, going wild right now. The tempo decks are, you know, having a huge increase in play right now. Mega Bugs, Lightwater Dark, Tempo, even Blurple is, you know, sneaking in like second and top 4s and stuff like that. So expect some tempo decks to be a little bit more popular and the Green Dragon decks to kind of slow down a bit. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to throw that out there as a little quick brief summary of what's going on at the KMCs right now. And well, I hope you enjoyed all these previews. I sure did. They're really cool. And in the comments below, let me know, which side are you on? Are you on the Choten side, or are you on the Duel Masters side to save the world from the Choten's corrupted madness and stuff like that? Go ahead and comment below, and hope you enjoyed this video, guys. This is TKC, the Corrupted Channel, signing off. See you later, guys.